All right, guys, welcome back to Northern Edge Outdoors. Today we're going to be doing an oil change on the brand new Can-Am Outlander 700. Now, you guys have not seen this on the channel. I've had a little bit of time to ride it. Awesome machine, but we do got to change the oil. I've heard from multiple sources that there is no break-in period on this motor. However, just like with any motor, there's always a break-in period on it. You just got to find it. If you read the manual, which it's kind of hard to find, you got to search online, and it's hard to find through the Can-Am website, but I was able to find it by just typing in Can-Am Outlander 700 operator's manual. And you page through it, there is a break-in period on this, and it's 200 miles. Now, I only got like 150 on it right now, but we're going to change the oil anyways, just so I can get familiar with it before I got to change it to cold weather oil. Here coming up in the next probably month or so. It's getting pretty chilly up here in Minnesota. Operator manual says like 2.86 quarts. Brand new oil filter as well. And then I also have a brand new O-ring for my oil filter. All right, so like I said, the tools you're gonna need, they say to torque the drain bolt plug to, I believe, 30 Newton meters, which is like right around 22 foot-pounds. 17 millimeter socket to take out the drain plug. You'll need, I believe, an 8 millimeter, I have not checked it myself, to take off the oil filter cover. A screwdriver to remove one panel. It's got those little push clip thingies that you've seen on most Can-Am ATVs on the market today, and even on the old ones too. We got our 3 quarts of oil, we got our new oil filter and new O-ring for the oil filter itself, and then we also have an assortment of crush washers. Okay, we're gonna start by removing this panel. Super easy, they made it super slick. I believe we're gonna have to take the seat off too, but seat comes off, super easy. It's quite dirty under there already. And then this panel should just pop right off. A little bit tricky to start. All right, so now if we go just under the right front wheel well, you can see that we got one of these clips to pull out here, and then there's 2 on the bottom. I'll show you those guys in a second, but we're gonna pop out that one first. This will allow us better access to get into the oil filter cover, which is right there. Again, I don't think you guys can see it, but I'll show you a better image here in just a second. All right, so those other 2 clips are right here down at the bottom, which these are kind of a pain to take off since everything's still brand new on it. With that all taken apart, we should just be able to slide this cover out and pull it down. All right, so I guess I was mistaken. There is one more clip right there. So we'll take that one out real quick, and then we can pull this cover completely off. Comes out just like that, giving us access down to our oil filter cover. All right, before we crack the drain plug and open it up, we're going to clean around the oil dipstick, because we're gonna take that and hang it off to the side so we get more air flow through there and the oil will flow out a lot faster. So, we'll brake clean on a rag. Clean it and around it so no contaminants can get inside of it. So now we're cracked open. I'd say we're pretty safe. We'll leave it like that for now. We'll go to the underside and open up that drain plug. All right, so this drain plug is located right here. It's easier to see if you look just at the crankcase itself and look straight down. That's where it'll be. There's another plug back here. Not sure what that's for. I'm sure that'll come up in a later video, but do not pull this one unless you know absolutely what it's for. I don't yet, but I'll figure it out. So we'll take this one off and start draining the oil. So after you open the drain plug and let all your oil drain out, make sure you save that drain plug because you won't ever find another one. Well, just don't lose it. But we're going to do the same thing on the oil filter housing here. We're going to clean it and then we'll pop that cover off and then we can change the oil filter itself. So we're gonna let that sit and drain. It's actually draining pretty well. All right, so we're just gonna hit it with a shot of brake clean and clean it up. We're also gonna pull this old gasket off and we'll get ready for the new one. Yeah, oil filter housing gasket installed. You can see it's a brand new one. Now, I don't think there was anything wrong with this one, but just to be on the safe side, always replace it. It's only like $5 to replace it. And then filter, I think, was like $8 or $9. Oil, depending on what you run, it's going to cost you anywhere between $10 and $15 to $18 a quart. I think the oil that I have, which is AMSOIL 5W40, that is for general purpose. I think I paid like $12 a quart, something like that. So all in all, it's probably about $40 to $50 to change your oil each time on this four-wheeler, depending on how available your resources are. Okay, we're just going to wipe away any contaminants that could be on the inside of the housing for the oil filter, and then we're going to slide our new oil filter in and tighten everything back up. All right, looks pretty clean. Make sure you slide your oil filter in with the hole facing in, and it should grab onto there and just rest in place. Next, we can grab our cover with the new gasket and put it all back together. All right, when you tighten these bolts down, they don't need to be super tight. They just need to be tight enough. You don't want to strip out this, because then if you strip it out, you're going to have a world of issues to deal with. Just like that, that's done. Now we're going to reinstall our drain bolt. Now we can reinstall our drain bolt with our new crush washer on there. My crush washer is a little on the big side, but it should still seal. I don't know why it wouldn't. Snug it up, and then I'll grab the torque wrench and we'll tighten it down. So, like I said, we're using 5W40 AMSOIL. That's the general purpose oil. I'll have, in the comments, I'll list, where I found all this information, so you guys can either go look for it for yourself or just reference this video at the end, and you can see everything you need to. So let's go ahead and fill it with oil. All right, and on this third quart, we're gonna put in about 3/4 of it to start. We'll check it with the dipstick, and then we'll go from there if we need to add a little bit more or not. All right, well, it seems like everything is working the way it should. I visually inspected and nothing's leaking as of right now. I'm still gonna wait a day and make sure nothing leaks before I really take it out and do any more work, or if I go play around with it, whatever it is I may do. So let's go ahead and reinstall our two panels, our seat. All right, this panel sometimes can be a little tricky to get lined up. So there's 3 tabs at the bottom here. You're just gonna set them right over here like that. And then everything else will just kind of just slide into place a little bit. Close that panel, put the seat back on. And just like that, we are good to go. Brand new, fresh oil in it. Everything's good. All right, so to recap this video, very simple job that you can do yourself if you absolutely want to. You can bring it to a dealer, you can bring it to a friend. Does not matter. But just remember, when you take off the crush washer and the O-ring, I would highly recommend a new crush washer. It's not always needed to replace the O-ring on the oil filter housing, but is recommended at the same time. Again, use quality oil. Do not use cheap oil. I've seen what happens to machines that run cheap oil. Not pleasant. So thanks for watching. There will be more maintenance videos, service videos. You know, if there's something you guys want to see, you know, process, you know, on how to do it, and, you know, it's kind of confusing the manual, drop a comment. I'll read it. I'll research it. I'll come out here and do it so you guys can see exactly how it's done. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Before I go, there will be like a long, I don't know, probably a couple minute long section of just the user manual where I found all my references for this machine. I'll play that right now.